It is not only the Indian Army that is engaged in its Operation All Out against terrorism. The recent airstrike by Indian Air Force in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is also a showcase of India's commitment towards total eradication of terrorists from the Asian soil. India's operation against Jaish-e-Mohammad pushed Pakistan on a defense mode where it refused to even accept that the airstrike brought any damage to the terrorist training camps of Jaish-e-Mohammad. In order to conduct a fact check on Pakistan's false claims, journalists have repeatedly tried going to the site of a madrasa and a group of surrounding buildings that were targeted by Indian warplanes. But all the time, Pakistani security forces guarding the way to the terror training camps denied access to journalists, citing absurd reasons. Rebuking Pakistan's attitude, Indian External Minister asserted that Pakistan is hiding the facts from the world by blocking the access to the bombing site. We have a report.
In its attempt to prevent itself from facing grave embarrassment, Pakistan for the third time in a row restricted journalists from entering the site of Jaish-e-Mohammad terror camps, which was recently bombed by the Indian Air Force. The intelligence reports have revealed that the area, which is camouflaged under the name of religious schools or madrasa, is actually a training camp of Jaish-e-Mohammad terrorists. According to the Indian Foreign Ministry, Pakistan is hiding vital facts from the international community about the destruction of the terror training camps. Therefore, it is preventing journalists from accessing the site of the airstrike by the Indian fighter jets inside Pakistan.
You see, the fact that Pakistan has now refused access to journalists from visiting the site, it means that they have plenty to hide. So this initial bravado that everything is open, please come and visit, that has disappeared. But on the technical aspect which you have mentioned, you see, as to what has happened on which missile, etc., I can only say that we are absolutely confident that the strikes on Balakot has been successful and achieved the desired objectives.
Pakistan's heap of lies is gaining heights by each passing day. In a recently held press conference by the Indian External Ministry, Pakistan's untrue casual remarks on Indian airstrikes were reduced to sheer lies by Ravish Kumar, the Indian External Ministry spokesperson.
As Pakistan claims, they have a video recording of the downing of the second Indian aircraft. Why have they not shared the evidence or the video with the international media, even after more than 1 week? Questions should be asked to them as to where the fuselage of the aircraft is and what has happened to the pilots.
In its bid to launch an immediate retaliatory action against India, Pakistan violated the Indian airspace by using F-16 aircrafts that directly violates its deal with the US. As forced by its habit, Pakistan is once again trading on its lies by saying that it has not used the F-16 aircraft against India. Pakistan's blatant lies behind denial of using F-16 aircraft have been exposed several times by the Indian security forces and external ministry.
There is enough evidence to show that F-16s were used in this mission through the electronic signatures, and thereafter Pakistan is trying to hide this fact. Also, parts of AMRAAM air-to-air missile, which is carried only on the Pakistan F-16s, was recovered east of Rajouri within the Indian territory. Therefore, the fact remains that one F-16 of PAF was shot down by IF MiG-21 Bison.
Pakistan should explain why it continues to deny that its F-16 aircraft has been shot down. We have asked the United States to also examine whether the use of F-16 against India is in accordance with the terms and conditions of sale.
Amidst growing international pressure, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan recently said that no terrorist group would be allowed to operate from Pakistani soil to carry out attacks abroad. Since Islamabad has a history of making similar false pledges to stop terrorist attacks, therefore Pakistan government's recent statements holds minimum value. It has hardly taken action against the extremist Islamist groups who repeatedly launched terrorist attacks in India using Pakistan's soil. Notably, in early 2002, after a raid by Pakistani-based terrorists on India's parliament, Pakistan had made similar promises to curb terrorism, but the crackdowns that were launched with fanfare faded out after a while, with the proscribed groups able to survive and continue their operations.
Now Pakistan will be judged not by the words which they speak, but by the action which they take. The proof of action is not in issuing a notification in the Gazette, but now dismantling the actual infrastructure of terror on the ground, and also which should be verified.
Pakistan's lies are being exposed every day at various international forums. Whether it is about hiding the truth behind the Balakot training camps or the use of F-16 aircraft, Islamabad has been continuously misguiding the international terror watchdogs in order to safeguard itself from facing global embarrassment as it continues to provide state patronage to all the UN proscribed terrorist organizations.